Alright, so for this video, I'm going to help show you guys how to go about making the graphs of the classroom data that you have. The first lab that we did was the Alka-Seltzer lab, which was the effect of testing the effect of surface area on reaction time. I'm going to show you a couple of tips of how you can make this easier on yourself. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put our headers down at the bottom. So I have the whole tablet as one header and then crushed tablet as my other. And we don't care about each individual data point. What we're going to do is we're going to take the average of the data points and create a column graph of that. So to do the average, I could add all of these numbers together and then divide by how many numbers I had to get my average. The other way we can do it, I'm going to show you an easier way. Since we're using a program, we can have the program do it for us. So I'm going to click average, and that's going to ask me to select what boxes I want to average. So I'm going to select all of my data points, and then I can hit enter. And it will show me the average of all of that. And then I can do the same thing again. I hit equals, start typing average, select average in the top left, and then I select my data points, hit enter, and there is my average. So now to create the graph, I'm just going to select my headers and my values, hit the plus sign, select chart, and I want a column. Okay, so there's my column graph. Now I've got the type. You can see I already have a legend here. I'm going to move my legend to the bottom just because I like it that way. You can leave your legend wherever, but you should have a legend. And then we also have to do our titles. Now there's the chart title. Since this experiment was testing the effective surface area on reaction time, that's going to be my title, because I want my title of my graph to clearly say what was being tested. So the effect of surface area on reaction time. Okay, and boom, there's my title. Now I also need to label my axes. The horizontal axis is the x-axis. So that's going to be the state of the tablet, if it was crushed or whole. And then my left axis, because this is an average, I need to put that in. So average reaction time, and I want to make sure that I put that that's in seconds, because I need to make sure I have my unit. And then you click the little green check mark, and there is your graph. Now you can take a screenshot of it, pop it into your document, and that is done. Click the green check mark again, and you can get to the next slab. This was the effective temperature. We're not going to average this one because every temperature is different. It's a unique data point. So instead we're going to be creating a scatter plot. So I'm going to highlight all of my data, do plus, chart, and I'm going to switch my type to a scatter. And there's my scatter plot. Now again, this I don't need a reaction, or a legend, so I can get rid of my legend. And you can go ahead and put in your chart title. You can put in, let's say, the chart title. This one actually gives you an option for a chart title, so you can do update title. Your horizontal axis, which is going to be your temperature, and make sure you put your Celsius. And then your left axis, and label your left axis, which is your reaction time. This one is not an average, so we don't have to worry about putting average there, but you do still want to put seconds, and that will be that graph. And then the final graph is the concentration. So again, I want to have my headers, so I'm going to take that, I'm going to highlight all the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 milliliters, copy that, and just move it down here. And then I'm going to do my averages again. So equals average, and I'm going to take my average times here, highlight those, enter, Now, I could go and type in my formula every time again. Another way to do it is to drag all the way across and then select autofill, and it will fill in your averages for you. Now again, I'm going to highlight those, do plus, chart, and we're going to do a column. Okay. Then you want to make sure you can keep your, let's see, wait, why is that not, hold on, it's not taking my 10 milliliter. I'm not sure why it's not doing the 10 milliliter here. Let me edit this, and let's go back. We're going to do a scatter, we're going to do a column graph. Delete that. We're going to select all of that, plus chart. There it is. There's the 10 milliliter. Okay. Make sure your 10 milliliter shows up when you do your graph. Okay. You're going to go ahead. You can get rid of the legend. Okay. And make sure to put in your titles. Your chart title, your x-axis, which is going to be the amount of sodium thiosulfate. Make sure to put that in milliliters. Oops. Okay. And then don't forget to do your y-axis as well. And then that will be that chart. So those are just a couple of pointers on how to creating the graph easier on you rather than having to do all the math yourself.